Oh damn, who put this wreck in the middle of the road? Oh no, sorry, that was me. I left my Polonaise there. Alright, I guess I need to go to that old man because he's called me several times asking for help. So listen up, we're going. Yes, I'll merge into traffic. I know I've blocked the whole traffic now because no one can get around me, but oh well. We're turning right here immediately and heading to the old man. Apparently the old man has a special task for me and I'll have to complete it, or at least that's the plan. For now though, I'll try to drive in rather slowly here. The road isn't very smooth and I don't necessarily want to break the suspension. After all, I recently repaired this car. Wait, which way was it to Grandpa's? Left here, right? No, Mrs. Kasia was here, but darn, Mrs. Kasia got herself some new machines there. So we'll visit Mrs. Kasia later, and to get to Grandpa's, you go here because to Mrs. Kasia's is left and to Grandpa's is right. Darn, I haven't been here in a while, a few months, and I've already forgotten. And as you can probably see, this car doesn't have a built-in navigation system. And I suspect it never did, and never will. Well, that's the charm of a Polonaise. We turn left, entering Grandpa's farm. Let's see what he's changed here since my last visit. What has he tinkered with here? You know what? I'll just stop here for now. I won't particularly tour the farm, but at least I'll go and see the chickens he keeps here, because he had 30 of them back then, and now there are already 50. Well, nice. He has a bit more here. But I think we'll just go and have a chat with Grandpa now. Hello, Grandpa. How are you feeling?
Oh, hello. My stomach hurts a bit, but I'll manage somehow. I'm going to the hospital only tomorrow. It's good that you came. You can help me a bit.
Of course. Tell me what to do.
First, we need to plant the corn. The field behind the barn, remember?
Sure. Was that where the wheat was last year?
Exactly. We lent the seeder to our neighbor Kasia. Go to her. She should be done with her work by now.
Alright, I'll go and get it. But what about the fertilizer?
It's in the garage. Marek from Pizdzichowice brought the seeds yesterday, but he charged me for them. I haven't put them away yet. They're standing next to the silo.
Alright, I'll take care of everything. And how are the goats doing? Do they need feeding?
We'll see if the weather allows. If it's dry, we'll go to the meadow. We need to start haymaking. Now I also have sheep, so we need more food. The mower is by the garage. Just check the blades. And be careful near the ditch. I got stuck there last time.
Oh wow, you have a lot of new things here because there weren't any sheep the last time I was here. Cool, I can handle it. You go take it easy.
Huh. Now it's just the hospital and rest for me. You're in charge here now, young one.
Alright, I'll head out for that cedar soon. Everything will be sorted by evening. I'll really head out for that cedar soon. To our Mrs. Kasia. You see, I did remember the neighbor well, but first, let's park this car somewhere here. So it's not in the middle. Maybe, you know what, I'll use the garage that's back here. But darn, how do I drive in, front or back? Alright, I'll drive in frontwards, just to be sure. I won't trample on the grandfather's lawn here because I don't want to ruin it. Alright, let's drive in carefully so I don't break off the mirror or anything else. Here, some parking sensors going beep, 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 beep would be useful, and a little bit more. Oh, the camera disappeared. Let's move a little bit further. Alright, it won't rain on my pole deck, so we can get out now. Grandfather mentioned that I need to go to our Mrs. Kasia. Mrs. Kasia is our neighbor. We've already been to her place. I showed you. And surely, the tractor is standing somewhere around here. You know what? He has a few different things here, so maybe... Let's go. I'll show you what Grandfather keeps on this farm. Let's start with this garage, shall we? You know what? I thought I'll start here with the silo. You see the silo, so there's no need to introduce it to you. And here we have some garage. I wonder what we'll find inside. Oh, some tractor. Oh, a tractor that I would say is quite run down. Oh, wow, how cool. I like it. I wonder if you can get on it, or is it just a prop? Oh, you can. This is an Ursus C360. It's a nice tractor. I wonder if it will start because... What is this? This is a workshop. Listen. Alright, I'll back up here. Hey, it drives. It really drives. What a nice little tractor. Alright, it will have to be used sooner or later. I already like this little Ursus, but since it's in the workshop, it's probably because something needs to be done with it. So I won't be driving this little tractor for Grandpa right now. Alright, I'll stop here. We'll leave this Ursus. But in that case, let's go see what else he has here. Oh, there you go. Just as he said, we have seeds. See, the seeds are here. So that guy from Pizdzichowice brought these seeds. We also have a press. We have something for raking. Oh, we have a Rolmako disc harrow. Actually, it's a speed cutter. A great disc harrow, by the way, for ultra-shallow cultivation. And here we have a header. So if we have a header, we must have a combine harvester. So now the question arises, where will we find that combine harvester? There aren't many more sheds here, so yes, the combine harvester is here. In fact, it couldn't be otherwise. We have a tedder. We also have here, this is probably the fertilizer that Grandpa was talking about. Additionally, there's a fertilizer spreader. I mean a spreader. just a fertilizer distributor. 2 John Deere tractors, an old one and also an AgroStar. Alright, so which one are we taking then? I think we'll go with the AgroStar because we'll need to go get that seeder. Don, I can't remember if that seeder had a special tank at the front. I have a feeling that Grandpa had exactly that model. So, we'll do it like this. I'll detach it here now. Oh, there we go. We have some additional weight at the front here. And I'll try to reverse without breaking the mirror or moving the door here in his barn, because we obviously have to do a few important things. We have to, as you probably remember, sort out feeding the animals. Maybe I'll come over here to show you what we have on the farm. Here at the back, behind the shed, behind the barn, or whatever he called it, is there a field? Yes, there is a field. Great. So we'll go over there in a moment to plant or sow something, because I think we'll need to sort out the corn. However, on this other field here, there's a lot of grass, and wait, let me make sure nothing runs me over on this road. So there's quite a bit of grass here. You know what? I'm thinking that maybe we could do it differently. Before I go to Mrs. Kasia, I'll hire a worker here, because no one is stopping me from hiring a worker. At least that's what I think. The problem is that I only have 2,000 zlotys in my account right now, so it's not much. Oh, and here are Grandpa's pants drying. Alright, maybe we won't look at those. And what's here anyway? Oh, a chair. If I want, I can come and relax. Oh. And what's this here? What is this here? Listen, wait, let's click on it. Oh, look, I found a golden mushroom. Let's go tell Grandpa about it. Because honestly, I don't know if he knew he had a mushroom. Right. It's next to his tree. Grandpa, I found a golden mushroom behind the house and got some money for it. Do you know anything about this?
That golden mushroom. There are plenty of them here. If you find more, you can earn some money, so you can look for them in your free time.
Oh, that's great. I'll keep an eye out. Thanks. Alright, since I earned an extra 10,000 zlotys right at the start, I have no reservations about hiring our employee. Here, let's take this AgroStar and see if the worker can handle it, because that field seems a bit strange. At least that's what I think, but we'll check it out soon. We'll attach these mowers here. I see these are the simplest mowers. Grandpa owns a lot of equipment, but it's not the kind of equipment that's very, very high end. He has these mowers, a few other machines, but I would say they are rather basic machines. Well, in fact, Grandpa never had an abundance of money, but he always wanted to own his machines. He practically never leased anything. I will have to check the situation here, whether he leases anything or not. For now, we actually have a meadow here that needs mowing. It would be good to make food for the sheep and goats here. I think we'll start from the other side of the field. Maybe we'll just set up all the mowers. I really won't be mowing it for now because, as you know, I have a task from our uncle here. Sorry, grandfather, and we'll have to take care of everything he asked me to do. But there's nothing stopping an employee from doing at least part of the work for me. Especially since there's a Deutzfahr AgroStar here, which is a tractor that should be able to handle these 2 mowers perfectly. Now I'm very curious to see what will happen here. Will this employee get to work? Alright, Mr. Frank, I hope you'll manage here. Darn, he looks more like a Mr. Amir rather than a Frank, but that's a minor detail. Could it be that even immigrants have reached us here? Listen. To our Lusatian Lipinki. Well, I don't know. Alright, the worker is driving around, so I guess I can teleport now. Oh, Grandpa has a moped. Such a cool moped. In that case, we'll go over here. Oh! I'll open the little door. And indeed, we'll drive to that cedar. Here you go, John Deere. What is this? This is a John Deere 3650. What a nice tractor. But it's not a very powerful tractor. I don't know if I'll even be able to operate this tractor anywhere here on the farm. So for now, we'll go to Mrs. Hasi. I'll drive out of the farm here. In general, I still need to think and look at how the situation with feeding the animals is and so on. Because the question is whether these animals are fed or not. I will definitely have to ask Grandpa about it, but let's leave that for a few more times. When I talk to him, once I do what needs to be done, then we'll think about what's next. Alright, let's go to Mrs. Kasia. As you know, Mrs. Kasia lives here, so I'll just drive right into her yard without hesitation. Oh, I can already see Mrs. Kasia here. Let's go then, we'll approach Mrs. Kasia. Indeed, she has some cedars here, quite a lot of them. I don't even know what's Grandpa's and what's Mrs. Kasia's. Oh, let's approach. No, that's not Mrs. Kasia. Mrs. Kasia is not here. Alright, there she is. Good morning, Mrs. Kasia, because the cedar, Grandpa said, it's at your place.
Oh, good morning, good morning. Yes, it's here, Bajay. I even have 2, but I want to sow sorghum tomorrow. Can I leave it here a bit longer?
Of course. I only need the one for corn today.
You're saving my life. Thanks. Also, pass on my thanks to Grandpa.
Alright, I will. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
So, as you heard, we can take this cedar. In fact, it belongs to my grandfather. So, I won't be asking to take it here. But yes, the cedar actually consists of 2 parts. I mean, it's a cedar, but it's a Unia, so it's a standard cedar. Today we won't be dealing with it because we have corn to plant. And this cedar for corn is this thing. But this is the cedar, and this is the tank. And it's from the brand Horsch. Wow, Grandpa really equipped himself with modern equipment. And now we need to connect it. First the Horsch part to the front. I hope I can manage to attach it. Wait, will it work or not? Am I even approaching from... How is it? I don't know how she got it in here, but everything indicates that I'll have to approach from the other side. Damn. It's starting to get tricky here, but that's okay. We'll do it this way then. First I'll connect this machine like this. Of course now I need the lever, because how could it be otherwise? But no worries, it was meant to be like this, since this tractor has four-wheel drive, so I had to position myself somehow. Alright, now we'll detach it. We've got it. And now I need to back up there, because there's some dog or something getting in the way, or maybe it's a cousin, I don't know. We'll soon make jam out of him, and that'll be the end of it. Wait, I need to reverse here. I wonder if there won't be any collision here. Of course there is, because someone even hung a clothesline here. Darn. I thought Grandpa or Mrs. Kasia had prepared everything better, but now I can't even drive in here normally, but because it's just super tight. Alright, let's try again. Darn it, Mrs. Kasia, how did you set this up? I can't fasten this here now, this is just ridiculous. Mrs. Kasia must have gotten her driver's license from a bag of chips for a tractor, but it's fine, since she manages various things here. We'll handle it. Alright, now we'll go. Fastened. Here you go. Aha. Now we'll have to do a bit more maneuvering here, because now the question arises, how do I get out of here? Well, first of all, I need to attach this entire cedar to the back, of course. Then it will probably need to be folded, I think, because this is likely a cedar that folds. If not, I won't be able to get out of here at all. No, it's impossible that it doesn't fold. You just need to unfold it to set it aside. Alright, we've got it. So now I can back out onto the road, making sure nothing is coming, because I might get a ticket for failing to yield, or something like that. And as you well know, I don't really have a driver's license for a tractor. I have a driver's license for a car, but a tractor license is something different. I probably can't drive with these trailers, but in reality, with machines like these here, there shouldn't really be a problem. Alright, we're turning towards Gospo and heading to get fertilizer and seeds. Grandpa explained everything nicely to me about where everything is, so let's start with the seeds. Maybe I'll first back up here to fill this second part. I wonder if it will even be possible to do this. Hello? Can I fill it with R? Hello? Maybe N? Oh no, wait, I think I need to unfold the cedar first to be able to fill it. Well, that's actually fine, but now it will be very tight here, because I'm afraid it will be hard for me to manage anything here to make any bigger maneuvers. Alright, let's lift this up. Okay, it's lifting. We're filling it with corn. Good, great. Now we'll lower this. Of course, we'll need to add fertilizer here. But that will be in a moment. Now we'll fill, the front tank. Look how nicely it's going. I already like it, but I think only one side should be filled here. That's what I think. Exactly, because there's still a lot of space left here. But we need to move further over here now. I wonder if we can even fold this cedar now. We can. It's good. It's good. Now we'll need to move over here. We'll drive in with this cedar. Listen, I hope that I'll fit here, that it will somehow work out. Alright, I managed it. I drove in. Now it will be easier because the front will be more weighted down, so I'll take it right away. Alright, but I want to fill it up. Hello? I want to fill it up. Will it work? Will it fill up or not? Well, it definitely didn't work from the front, because I think the tank is at the back, but don't worry, we'll try to do it again. Now, however, I'll press a different key, namely Z, and we'll try to fill it with fertilizer here. But it seems that it still can't be done. What kind of magic is this? You know what? I'm starting to wonder here, and I'm coming to the conclusion that we'll probably just have to do it in 2 passes. Theoretically, we should be able to fit the fertilizer somewhere here, but it seems it won't be possible. So you know what? Let's just drive this to the field. Wait, because I'm stuck again. Okay, I'm out. It's okay. We're heading to the field. We'll worry about it later. We have a task to complete here. Oh, I see our worker just stopped. He didn't realize there's something on the road here. And before we start working here, we'll need to get my worker moving. Alright, the worker is set, so we can now focus on sowing. Let's unfold the equipment then. Okay, reach X, let it unfold. Quickly. And now, of course, the question arises, how large is the field we need to sow? Oh, wow, this is not a small field at all. We'll probably have to spend a bit of time here then. Alright, let's lower it, and boom, lower it, start moving, and go. I'm curious how fast this machine will go, because it seems to me that my tractor might be a bit too weak to operate this cedar, but in reality, it might not be that bad. So in that case, I need to check what power this tractor actually has, because, to be honest, I don't even remember. But on the other hand, what power is required to operate this particular machine? Alright, I'm going to turn here now, and then reverse, because as you can see, there's quite a sharp corner here, and on the other side we have trees, and, for example, some bushes. Well, it's obviously not the ideal place to maneuver a tractor. However, I'm going to go and see what machines we actually have on the farm. Because the question arises, what has this grandpa really managed for us here? Let's take a look at the vehicles and machines then. I can already see that indeed most of the machines here are used by grandpa in such a way that he owns them. The John Deere has 169 horsepower, and this machine, darn, what was it called again? I even forgot now. Was it a machine from the Horsch brand? Yes. And it requires 170 horsepower, but as you can see, it has 170 horsepower of required power, yet the 3650 tractor, which has 116 horsepower, just drove straight into a tree. But yes, the tractor drove into a tree. However, the tractor is handling it really very well. That really surprised me. That's good news. And of course, now you might be asking, this is a small digression from this series. What will happen on my channel regarding other series? We're taking a small break. Now, over the next few days, I will invite you here to the series on the Lipinki map, where we will be able to observe various adventures that will happen to me, Grandpa, and probably a few other people. So right now, write in the comments how you like the first episode of this series. And if you like it, watch it till the end, because it's really going to be intense. Meanwhile, I'm going to make my first turn. In the meantime, I'm checking what our Mr. Franio, whom I just hired, is up to. And it looks like Mr. Franio is driving back and forth all the time. This is of course good news because it means everything will be nicely done. On the left side, there's another field. Gosh, what's growing on it? I'll just go and see what our grandpa has sown here. Grandpa has sown wheat here, and weeds will grow. And since weeds will grow, they can definitely be removed later. The only question is whether grandpa will get a weeder or a hoe. I think I'll have to tell him to get a hoe because I haven't seen such a machine on the farm here yet. Another thing is that I might go on a little hunt for those golden mushrooms to earn a bit extra. Although, on the other hand, grandpa does have a lot of money. He is rather a wealthy farmer around here, although he might not have a very large farm. I would say he has always prioritized efficiency. On the left side, I can see some piglets, so we will also have some pigs here in some time. So there are quite a few interesting things on this farm. Of course, the farm isn't very large, but my grandfather has been running it for many, many years. He has managed to accumulate, I think, quite a nice fortune, especially for a typical Polish farmer. He has some new equipment, some older equipment, a variety to choose from, but most of the equipment, as you might have noticed, is owned outright. Alright, so we now have to drive and finish sowing this field, because there's still a lot of work to be done here. And what's up with this? Mr. Franek, what are you doing here? No, Mr. Franek, let's not exaggerate. We don't play like this. Well, you won't be driving around here like that. Seriously, I have no idea how he even got in here. He was supposed to drive back and forth. You know what? I guess I'll have to step in and hire this employee differently. You are supposed to drive up. And down here. And you can drive around the turns at the end when you get bored here. Alright, okay. And now we'll position ourselves on the other side of the field and see what this employee will do. Because for now, Mr. Franio seems to be aiming for the title of Jug of the Month, rather than Employee of the Month. I don't like it, but clearly Grandpa has just set up this enclosure here. He used to have it in a completely different place. When I visited his farm some time ago, I can tell you that this enclosure was definitely not here. He just built it from scratch, I would say, right in the middle of the meadow. A bit thoughtless, really, but on the other hand, he does have quite a few animals. I wonder, by the way, how much food they need here. Maybe let's go check it out. Look, we have sheep, we have goats. Oh, nice little animals. They'll be bleating a bit, or however you say it. Alright, we have cows here, we have goats here, we have lambs here, although there might not actually be any lambs. We have goats, we have sheep, okay? And how much food do they have? 51,052. So why am I feeding them right now? Then let's see how this grandpa takes care of these animals. It looks like the chickens are fed. Well, that's how it should be. The pigs are also fed. Bravo, Grandpa. Alright, and here. Well, it's not perfectly fine. In that case, we'll have to take care of the sheep and, of course, the goats. Alright, but for now, I'll go observe what my employee wants to do here. I know that soon someone in the comments will pop up with a comment, "Oh, black sir, you don't know how to drive here." In real life, things are done completely differently. And anyway, I won my driver's license in a bag of chips. Surely someone has already fired up and written something like that. But you know what? I've come to the conclusion that it's Grandpa who should be satisfied with my work, and it's Grandpa who has to evaluate everything. I'm very curious about what he will say about what I've done here. Everything indicates that for now, I don't have any bypass. Which cannot be said about Mr. Franio, who seems to have gotten stuck again at that animal pen. Well, it looks like Mr. Franio didn't quite manage his task, and simply broke down here. In a moment, I'll go to him and I might have to give him a kick in the pants. Unless he managed to quit and just run away. I think that's exactly what he did, because I don't know if you can see, but I still have the same amount of money in my account, which would mean he took off. Sorry, he took to his heels, I apologize, and just ran away. So it looks like we no longer have Mr. Franio, but we will have to finish this on our own then. By the way, I'm really curious about what Grandpa will say about this kind of work. If you want to find out, be sure to leave a subscription with the bell, because tomorrow it will be revealed whether Grandpa was satisfied with what I did here or not. In the meantime, I have to finish this sewing here. And I think I'll also have to finish what Mr. Franio did there, because he clearly just couldn't handle it. By the way, it's a really nice cedar. I've never used it before in Farming 25, and here we can really have fun with it. Overall, it's a cedar that can really be appealing, but it requires that front tank at the front. By the way, I'm starting to wonder how it's possible that this small tractor can handle it, that the message doesn't pop up saying that this tractor is just too weak. If you know the answer to this question, please write it in the comments, because I'm just very curious about it. The poor little tractor will probably end up in service after this seeding after I wear it out here. But the result is that I left one tiny gap, and I definitely won't be worrying about it now. I have to go finish mowing the grass then. Probably today, which is still in April, we will have to finish actually making food for these animals. Alright, Mr. Franio drove into the fence here and clearly satisfied, left the tractor and went away. So this task was simply too much for him. As for my employee, clearly something just went wrong here, so I will have to finish the haymaking myself, but it seems to me that there isn't too much work left here. I'll just pass through now, just barely. Don, will it work out or not? Well, no, there's a tiny gap left here, listen, and now there's a gap on the other side. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to come back here then. There are gaps left here, too. Mr. Franak, did you mess something up here? Well, that's not how you do it. I may not be super good at farming, because I'm a city person on a farm after all, but I still think that mowing the grass should be done a bit more precisely. Fortunately, everything here has been measured very nicely, and in this spot, there are no gaps left, of course. I'm glad we have a bit of grass. Fortunately, the sheep and goats will have something to eat. On the left side, there's quite a busy road. I see that a lot of cars are driving here. When I was here a few months ago on the farm, it wasn't like this yet, but by the way, some developer completed a project in the area for only 13,699 zlotys per square meter. People rushed here to buy it up, of course, practically everyone on credit. And the result is that a lot of activity has started here. Grandfather is apparently not thrilled with this investment that was built further away. But what can he do? The developer supposedly bribed the right people, as someone here says. I don't want to say who, where, and how, because it's not appropriate. However, the truth is that people in the village know a lot about how exactly it all went down here. I don't know, maybe I'll tell you, but for now we need to make one more turn, and soon all the grass will simply be mowed. Grandfather will be happy, and I'll have the haymaking done. And I hope that when Grandfather returns from the hospital, he will simply take over the farm permanently himself. How will it look going forward? Of course, you'll find out by watching the next episodes. So I am slowly saying goodbye to you, and see you tomorrow, because there's more to come.